Still need my hair sorting out, don't we? Do you know, it irritates me. Never had a fringe, and then I've got one, and now I'm always moving it out the way. Bloody ridiculous, isn't it? So how you are all doing? Obviously, I've been at work today and just quickly chucked my gym gear on, as you can see. And now at the gym, I'm early. I've got a personal training session booked in, but it's booked in for 5 o'clock. But I thought to myself, I've made some good time today, so I've got time to have a chat with you lot and see how you've been today. Because you know what it's like? My lives are a bit like a therapy session, isn't it? It's a bit of therapy for everybody. We might have been having a shitty day, or you might have been having a great day, and things might have happened to you what are quite funny, so you want to share with everybody else. I've got a perler actually, but I'm not going to share until we get some people online watching, and then obviously we can chat about silly things what have happened to us in the last sort of, well, this year really, in 2025. So yeah, I've had not so bad a day really. Yeah, seeing patients as normal. Had a Teams meeting. I got my dog involved. You know what I'm like. I thought, yeah, let's get Mr. Bluebean involved. So I picked Mr. Bluebean up and he was staring at everybody, but I had one of them stupid filters in the background. So what was happening was, instead of picking up my face, it were picking up Blue's, but it won't pick up both of us. So it kept flicking on and off, on and off, on and off. And it was like having a bloody rave. So I ended up having to put him down because it couldn't work out who was who. And it was doing everybody's nutting. So, yeah, Blue got in on the action. He weighs a lump, I tell you. Because the other ladies have got dogs as well. And because we was doing it in our dinner break, we thought, well, we might as well include our pets to make it a bit nice. So we had that. That lasted, well over an hour. And then, yeah, normal insulin's what we have to do and stuff like that. So we did, obviously went off and did them. What else did we get up to? No, just not much. I'm on a 9-day stint at the minute. 9 days without a day off. So because my partner is having his hernia operation a week today, so I've got to do loads. Hiya, Paul. Hiya. So I've got to do loads of days at work just to purely be able to support him through his procedure. I know it's not massive, a hernia operation, but it's still an operation, isn't it? It's still scary, and he's still going under full anaesthetic. So I wanted to obviously be around for him. So have a Kit Kat, chuffing hell. I'm now waiting to go and do an hour's personal training session. Yeah, this is the 3rd personal training session of the week. I've already done 2, and this was an extra one because the lady said, she sent an email. Hiya. She sends an email and says, does anyone want to pick up this 5 o'clock session with me? And I was like, do you know what? Why not? So I'm pushing it. I'm trying. We did battle ropes the other day, and do you know what? Hiya, Sarah. Thank you for watching. Hiya. Yeah, my arms felt like they were carrying 2 carpets. The following day, I was in pain. I was in a lot of pain. Where I'm from? UK. The UK. I'm not American. I'm English. But I was going to tell you some funny stories, right? Because it creases me. Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, hi. I'm pumped. Oh, my God. Literally, I laid in bed, Paul. My arm was going, boom, boom, boom. Oh, Christ. I couldn't sleep. She works me hard. She's a bit of a, I'm not going to say it, but she is hard taskmaster, I tell you. Hiya, dearest. So, the funny story I was going to tell you. So, a few weeks ago, we went to the hospital because my partner needs some other surgery doing. I know, it's not nice, is it? Oh, we're just putting the world to rights, having a chat about my crazy life and what I'm up to. Hiya. No, I'm waiting to do my personal training session at 5, so I'm just chatting to you guys while I've got a minute. So we went to the hospital because he's got a lump on his finger and that needs chopping off as well. He's dropping to bits, basically. And, hello, my dear. And so we had the consultation, and the specialist was like, right, yeah, we'll book you in for the surgery. Hi, Emma. And what they said was, oh, you lived in Wales. I've only been to Cardiff once. That was to the Speedway Grand Prix. So we said, yes, you can have the surgery. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, dearest. So he said, yes, we'll book you in for the surgery. Great. So booked him all in and everything. Hi. And then I said, do you know what? I can't make it home. I'm busting for a pee. I said, so I need to go for a pee. So there were some toilets what I spotted. I was like, right, I'm going for a pee. So it was only like one ladies, one man toilet, but when you go in, it's just a toilet. It's not like 50 toilets in a row. So we went in for a pee, locked the door. Oh, thank you, dearest. I'll get back to you in a minute, Paul. Let me get this story out. It's funny. So I went in for a pee, sat down, and the handle was going, you know, someone was trying the door handle. And I thought, well, I'm having a bloody wee. Do you know what I mean? Thank Christ I locked the door. And kept rattling the door handle. I'm like, you can get stuffed. I'm having a wee. So I thought, I'm taking my time. So I had a wee and I washed my hands, and the bloody door handle was still rattling its ass off. And I was getting madder because things like that really get on my wick. So I undid the door and I opened the door and there was this lady stood there, right? This, no disrespect, I'm not being rude, but there was an Indian lady stood there, and I went, Jesus Christ, love, were you trying to sit on my knee or what? And she just walked straight past me and went for a pee. But the story of the matter is, did she think if she kept trying the bloody door handle, it would miraculously open, right? Why do people think if they try something, it will work? Do you know what I mean? It was obviously locked. I was in the cubicle. So why the hell do you keep trying it? That's my point. So that really got on my wick. You know, why just keep trying it? It's like if the light bulb had blown, right? Would you still keep flicking a light switch off and on if the pissing bulb had blown? No, you wouldn't, would you? So, I know. So, yes, Paul, I went to watch the Speedway about 4 years ago in Cardiff because my dad used to race Speedway. In the 70s, he was quite a famous Speedway rider. He used to ride all over the country. So, I wanted, for my birthday, I wanted to go to watch a Speedway Grand Prix, and that's why I went to Cardiff, and I actually enjoyed it. It cost an arm and a leg, but it was good. No, I don't, Sarah. I have no idea. Fill me in. Educate me. I like knowledge. Fill me in, dearest. Where is it? Because I need to know. So, and like I say, have you got any weird stories as well, like me? Going for a wee and someone trying to sit on your lap? Oh, right, okay. I actually think my dad's has raced there, because my dad was from Norfolk. Oh, near Halifax. That's not a million miles away from me. It's not a million miles away, Halifax. Yeah, my dad used to have the original Mini Clubman, and he used to put his Speedway bike in the back and all his spares. Oh, my God. Don't start with the sexual things. Christ almighty. We had enough of that last time, didn't we, Paul? I'm scared for life. Yeah, near Burnley. Yeah, that ain't a million miles away. It's not a million miles away from me. And I digress. So he put all this stuff on in the back of the Mini, and then he would drive all the way to Scotland and all the way down south, and then he would go to work the next day. And I don't even know how he did it. Yeah, it was crazy. And I mean, he even raced at Wimbledon, and that was supposed to be like a really big thing back in the 70s. We've still got a Speedway bike. My dad's got a 1972 Westlake, and I mechanicked for him He bought it about 4 years ago. He had a bit of a midlife crisis. Well, not a midlife crisis, an old man's crisis. He's nearly 80 now, bless him. And he decided to relive his youth. He scared the shit out of me because, obviously, speedway bikes have no brakes. And Dad decided, you know, getting a bit of dementia, he's going back on the bike. He's back to his youth. He came off, and I literally near enough cleared the fence to get to him to make sure he was all right. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So yeah, I nearly jumped over this fence, pushing this bloody paramedic out the way. I was like, get out of the way, because she was just stood there like a starched fart. And I'm like, why are you stood there like a fart? My dad's laid on the floor. The bike was still going because he'd forgotten to pull out the cord to turn the engine off. Back wheel was going round and my dad's leg was very close to that wheel. And I'm like, we're not having this shit. I'm going. So I tried to get over the fence to get to him, which I did, pushing her out the way. And we pulled the cord out, obviously, kill switch, killed the engine. And I'm like, you all right? You all right? And he says, yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. But the thing was, okay, my dad had his levers on, what my mum made him 45 years ago. And they don't have padding in them, and they don't have back protectors, and they don't have any of that. Do you know what I mean? So he took all the skin off his chuffing arms, hadn't he? He did. He took all the skin off his arms. Oh, yeah. Yes, my dad is called Ray, by the way. Spot on. Thank you for joining. Yeah. But he still got back on the bike. He's hard as nails. My dad has had some horrific smashes before I were born. I mean, horrific. All the bones come out of his thumb. He was on a press day where obviously the press were there. And they were all filming, you know. My dad was the team captain. He had the latest bike, all this. And this rookie crashed into my dad and drove over him. And my dad was in traction for 6 months with a smashed femur and pelvis. And he had to learn how to walk again. And to this day, he has one leg longer than the other. And he used to tell me the stories that he had, like, do you know the old-fashioned plasters, the Elastoplast, the pink, weird texture plasters? He had them on his body, and he found out he was allergic to them, and they didn't give a shit. They left these plasters on him while he was in traction, and he literally, his skin was hanging off with blisters. He had a massive allergic reaction. So he hates hospitals now. He hates them. So, oh, I'm sorry about that. He's scary, isn't it? It's scary, you know. Motorbikes are a thrill. They go quick. You get that adrenaline rush. But the problem is when something hits you or you hit something, you're going to be in pain because there's no car to protect you. You know, there's no doors or anything. It's you versus whatever you hit. So, oh, thank you, Paul. Thank you, dearest. So, yeah, my dad is like bionic man. I think he's got a plate in his wrist as well. So every time we go through bloody airports, everything's going, beep, 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 you know. But, oh, bless you. It's okay. It's all right. It don't matter. As long as you're watching. Like I say, it's just me chatting about all sorts. Life in general, what we get up to. Me reaching out to you. Oh, bless you. Last week, many happy returns. 600, yeah, some people, you know what I mean? They get that power and they wind it on and next minute on the back wheel and frigging fly over the thing. That's, my dad got granddad rights. So he never had all these, you're welcome, my dear, you're welcome. My dad never had, you know, like now, you have all these different 50cc, 125, all this. You have all these different engine sizes you have to build up from, if I got it right. Where my dad, you just had a test. And then he could get the biggest bike possible, a 1200 if you wanted. So my dad still thinks he's crazy. We've got many motorbikes at home, many motorbikes. And he's fallen off his motorbike before. And literally, it was a Kawasaki, I think it was ZX 750, and he was pinned to the floor because he's only a little guy, and he was pinned to the floor, and he couldn't get the bike off him, and he broke his collarbone. Did he go to hospital? No. Did he get back on the bike and ride it home? Yes. Of course he did. Of course he bloody did. He don't learn, and he were more upset because the bike had fallen over and the tank had landed on a stone and it had dinted the tank. And it was an emerald metallic green paint finish on it, and it dinted it. And he was heartbroken that had got damaged. He wasn't even bothered about himself. It's just bloody nuts, you know. But that's what they're like, aren't they? Oh, very good. Very good. Congratulations. I used to do go-karting. I raced against somebody called Nigel Mansell when I was 15 years old at Brands Hatch. And out of 107 people, I came 7th. So that wasn't bad going, was it? Oh, thank you, Paul. You have a good evening too. So, yeah, it was fun. I had, red 5. Yeah, I love Nigel. He was ace, wasn't he? He just said it how it was. I liked him. Him and his tash. Yeah, I had a twin-engine pro kart. And I raced as well. I rolled it. I broke my wrist. I broke my ribs. I ended up with a scar on my neck as well. Because one of the accidents I had was going around this corner and the guy lost it in front. And what happened was, because he lost it, I had to make a split-second decision as to which way I was going. And I had to decide if I were going down low to go round him, round the corner, or if I was to go behind him. And I decided, because obviously I was in a race, I went low to go round him, and he went forward. And the next minute, his go-kart bumper was trying to take my head off. I just remember the bumper in my throat, pulling my helmet up like this, and I ended up sitting on top of the tyre wall in the go-kart, perched on top of the tyre wall. And I'll never forget this guy's face. There was a marshal there with a flag, waving the flag, and he was going, "You're all right." Remember, he's looking through my visor. I think I bit through my tongue, and it were more than that. I had a chuffing great big hole in my neck because that bumper had gone underneath and sliced my neck, and obviously the helmet stopped it from going any higher. But yeah, and I ended up in Louth Hospital, and Paul, they pinned me down in the bed. The nurses literally pinned me down in the bed. And I'm like, why have I got one nurse either side of me holding my hands down? I was only 18 at the time. And they said, oh, because it's going to hurt. And I went, what do you mean it's going to hurt? And they literally got that fish hook, and the fish hooked my entire, there, I don't think you can see, there, my neck together. Yeah, with no pain relief. And I was literally taking off the bloody bed. So, and my ribs, they just had to leave them, and my wrist was in pot. I know, it was a good job I had my helmet on, I tell you. Definitely was a good job. And I was that determined to fix my go-kart. I had my pot in, my wrist in pot, and I ended up having to, using a spanner. I shouldn't have done, because I wanted to put my kart back together and get back racing, so... No, not a love bite, not that big. Be pissing sharp bite. Jesus. So, yeah, I love racing as much as my dad, but you can see where I've got it from, so... Right, guys, I'm going to have to love you and leave you because I have literally got 4 minutes to walk across there, get warmed up, and come back looking a sweaty mess. So, thank you all for sharing and liking and subscribing to the channel. Yeah. One day, you can't take the petrol head out of the glass. Definitely not. See you, Sarah. Thank you. Anytime, Paul, we'll have a race. And like I say, keep liking and subscribing. We're trying to get to 1,000. And we'll see you all on the next one. Well, everyone's coming in now. Better get my ass in the gym. See you on the next one. Keep safe. Love you all. Bye. Take care.